Risky Challenge, or Gusen Oyoyo as it's called in Japan, is a very well designed, very cute puzzle game. It mixes up elements of the computer game Lemmings with the basic gameplay of Tetris. At first glance, Risky Challenge seems to be a really cute puzzle game. Based on the artwork, it looks like it's almost aimed at children. This couldn't be further from the truth. The story of Risky Challenge sees the main character, Vic, set out on a treasure hunt from his local village. An earthquake strikes and plunges Vic headfirst into some ancient ruins. A young lady, who I assume is your friend or possibly girlfriend, and a shirtless farmer, who could also be your girlfriend, seem really concerned about Vic, and she turns to you in a very rare fourth wall breaking moment and literally begs for your help with tears in her eyes. None of that is even necessary because they had me at Shirtless Farmer Guy. Risky Challenge is a one screen at a time puzzle game like Bubble Bobble or Snow Brothers. The goal of each stage is to guide Vic from the starting point to the exit. You do this by controlling falling blocks, tetraminos by definition, to build a bridge or a safe path in order to get Vic from the start to the exit. When you start a stage in Risky Challenge, Vic will start to auto-walk from left to right. He will keep walking until he comes in contact with something that he can't climb on. If he can climb on it, he will. Should Vic reach the edge of a platform that has a bottomless pit or deep water that he's going to drown in, he doesn't think twice. He just jumps down to his death. It's up to you to prevent him from doing this. Each time you die, the stage is completely reset and you must begin again. You do continue at the beginning of each stage though, and the continues here are unlimited, thank God. Believe it or not, Risky Challenge is also a two-player game, and it doesn't use a separate two-player mode. Player 2 just drops in a quarter and their character appears on the other side of the screen. As you progress through the game, every 5 stages or so, you will be rewarded with a cute little cutscene, where his lady friend will let him know that he's doing okay and he only has a few more stages to go. The Tetramino blocks that you have to choose from are offered up exactly like Tetris. You get a little preview window showing you what's next up on deck, and you have 5 different types of blocks that can potentially come your way. There is a 3-block ladder that comes in really handy. There's also a single block that is probably the most valuable one, the one that you're going to be looking for the most, and the one that they are never going to give you, just like Tetris. You can get 3 blocks in a row, which is useful for making a bridge or carrying Vic from one side of the screen to the other. There are also 3 combinations of 3 blocks that are offered in awkward, hard-to-place configurations. These guys are offered up most of all, and you will have a hard time finding somewhere to put them. It's also important to know that you can use the Tetraminos to crush certain enemies. Every once in a while you will also get a bomb, which is used to blow up blocks that you've already placed and destroy enemies. Risky Challenge has 6 enemies that can spawn in at any time to ruin Vic's day. There are these little blobs that usually sit in one spot, and that may seem like not much, but when you consider that Vic is a mindless idiot marching to his death, it turns out to be a pretty wicked strat. Then we have these little green dragons, a little horn on their head. They walk around the stage searching for Vic with murder in their eyes, and these are the only enemy that can't be crushed with a block. Then there's Bob-ombs. Bob-ombs are right out of the Super Mario Brothers games. They hardly changed a thing, although they did give them cute little hands as well as cute little feet. They can blow up blocks that you set in the stage, ruining your entire plans for Vic, and they can kill Vic. They can also kill other bad guys with some collateral damage, which is always welcome. Then you have these little slugs. They can climb up walls and along ceilings. They're not that big a deal until you get 4 or 5 of them on the screen at once. Then things start to get really shitty. There's fireballs or gas balls that just kind of float around the top of the screen, and as soon as they get wind of Vic getting near, they zero right in on him and murder him. Simple enough. One of my most hated enemies in the games are these little gelatinous children because they rise up out of blocks like zombies that you've placed, completely wrecking your plans. These little round guys with boots look like they're ripped straight out of Q-Bert, and they just hop around, and when they see Vic, they run into him and kill him. Simple enough. This little blue guy does absolutely nothing of particular value. He just walks back and forth and basically acts like he shouldn't even be in the game. I don't know why he's here. Then there's Death. He's the Grim Reaper and has appeared in many video games before, but rarely this cute. There are a few power-ups and a few items that you will find scattered about the stage. Most of them give you points, but a few are kind of useful. There is one that will reset the water level. There is another that can let Vic breathe underwater for a short period of time. There is a power-up that will make you temporarily invincible. There is one that will freeze all of the enemies on the screen. And there is lots of cute pixel art food here, like cake slices and lollipops, if you like that sort of thing. Risky Challenge has 30 stages in total, and 5 bonus stages, and I have no idea how to unlock the bonus stages. Once it happened for me at the end of the game when I completed stage 30, and another time when I completed the game it didn't happen. Should you unlock any of the bonus stages and complete them, you will be rewarded with a pixel art pinup of your girlfriend. Sometimes these are designed to look a little sexy, which is kind of uncomfortable because she looks like she's about 12 years old. You're going to need all of your Tetris skills and patience in order to complete Risky Challenge. The sheer randomness of the Tetraminos on offer is going to see you losing each stage time and time and time again while you're waiting for that one block that you need. You are going to need all of your Tetris skills in order to complete Risky Challenge. You're going to need space management constantly, where you're putting blocks that you don't need somewhere safe while you're waiting for the ones that you do. You're also going to need to be able to pull off T-spins at the last second in order to fit Tetraminos through tight spaces. You're going to have to master how to carry Vic on top of a Tetramino, which is extremely hard to do because you have to factor in that Vic is still moving while he's on top of it, and if you move it too fast, he will fall off. As you play through each stage, after about 10 or 15 seconds, you'll hear a little Jaws riff, which is signaling you that the water is beginning to rise at a much faster rate. Of course, if Vic gets in water too deep, he drowns instantly. Certain stages will have a particular loadout of items on offer. Some stages you will get only bombs. Other stages you won't get any bombs at all. Some stages will only give you single blocks. You have to be patient and try and figure out what the stage is asking of you. Risky Challenge was an arcade game that I started playing because of the way it looked. It had great graphics and cute music. I was in no way prepared for how difficult this game actually is. Risky Challenge is one of the most difficult arcade puzzle games I have ever played. This is Ninja Gaiden hard. This is sit down and rage your way through a game hard. There were levels that took me over an hour to complete, with dozens and dozens of continues. I cannot imagine being in an arcade dumping quarters into this, trying to finish it. Overall, though, it is definitely worth the effort. Risky Challenge is an extremely well-made game and very rewarding. Japan was lucky enough to get a port of this arcade game for the Super Famicom and even a sequel. The sequel had a mode where you could design your own stages. The arcade version of Risky Challenge, as far as I know, is not available on any format. So as one of the best video game YouTubers says, you're going to have to play it any way you can. Hey, this is my first YouTube video ever, and if you made it this far, I thank you very much. There are a lot of weird and strange overlooked games for the arcade, Super Nintendo, Sega Master System that I would like to cover on here in the future. So there will be lots more videos to come. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.